Mr. Cash.
Yes.
I just want to thank you to save my life.
You're welcome. You are precious.
And, I just wanted to say to everyone who's listening that if we follow your instruction, you know, it's easier than we think, but we have to follow your instruction step by step, because I can share my experience if I can.
If you want to disclose it.
Yeah. So
let me explain. Just one second.
Yeah.
She's a member of Universal Council. She took it very kindly not to follow and not to make the cup till last week. She's Italian in UK. She's involved with all the Italians and everything else. And she has picked up the virus of the 4th case, which is ovaries and what we call the womb. And every other sign with it. And she noticed it on Saturday. I immediately took action in trying to support, and we let her to discuss. You see, the knowledge seekers, if they're around, they all take it as a joke till it hits. As you know, Italians have brought a lot of virus into UK, and literally this is what happened. And I'll let you speak. Carry on.
Yes, thank you. Yes, so as you know, I start to feel not well on Saturday night, and I have to say you've been. I really don't have word to describe how much it meant to me your support. So straight away you told me step by step what to do, and I definitely recommend everyone to be calm and to just do step by step and trust that everything's gonna be fine. And what I noticed is that the the symptom changing very fast, so you have to be it's very important that you are prepared with the 5 cups, because when you start to have the symptoms, then you do not have time to do the cups and follow the protocols, because Mr. Cash told me that my case was quite already advanced from the from what I explained to him, and so it's very, very vitally important just to have the cups. 5 cups doesn't cost you anything to make them, and you just have them on the side. Just even for a peace of mind, it doesn't cost you anything. But because I had the guns already made, luckily, I could start the protocol straight away. And I just start to, when you start the protocol, it's quite intense. So you have to follow it up. But you see that, I don't know how to explain, but you see that the moment you started, you have this relief, inside you that is good, and you have this improvement in you. So you can tell that it's something really good for you, and it's gonna make you improve. So you have to stick with it. And in my case, I did for a full day, like maybe even more than 16 hours, 18 hours, because you have to follow, you have to make sure to keep the symptom down, and continuous. And this was the first day. Shall I say step by step how I did it, or shall I?
Yes, I would like you to say how you felt first, why you came to the point. How did it start?
How did it start?
What you felt, yeah.
Yes, the things was very important, the spray. So I start to have the spray. So I start to have pain, especially when I sprayed. It's like you said the time before, when there was the blueprint of the Iranian people was exactly what you say with the spray. So when you spray all your body, I was doing a prevention, but my prevention was not really prevention, because I was not doing properly. And but lately, what happened is every time I was spraying from head to toes, I start to have pain everywhere, like start from the stomach to the kidneys to the liver and the uterus, pain in the head. I start with the symptom that you described before, like difficult to breathe in a little bit, and my tongue change color. You see that your body change very quickly. That's why there is no time to, you have to prepare the cup before, because your body changes quickly. It's out of control. You can tell. I start to have a pain on my lymph nodes, so under my armpit, on my uterus, on my, I don't know if it was ovaries. Everything was, you feel everything was going, changing quite fast, and you just wanted to have something in your hand that you can keep your body out of with less symptom. So I describe, so I sprayed myself, and as I was spraying myself everywhere, I start to feel this pain. But it's a pain like, it's a pain like you describe, exactly like two fields interacting with each other's. So, and then I start to feel those cramps, like in my stomach, was like if my stomach was like cement. It felt really like a rigid, and then pain on the ovaries and on the uterus, like cramps. So I used the spray to monitor myself. So, and as Mr. Cash told me to do it every half an hour. And that was really good, because through the spray you can monitor the pain change in different places. So you will have kind of go around. And I start straight away with the protocol, nearly through the night. Anyway, when you use a lot of ganses, you stop, you don't hungry anymore, and you're not tired anymore. So you can wake up early and go to bed late, because it's how you feel. And then I start to do the water. The water was really important as well. Shall I say the timing, or I start to drink the water every 2 hours, and that was really relief. You can really, also when you drink the water, is the same. As you drink the water, you can tell this interaction of the fields going down, and that give you a kind of monitor. It's like you monitor things by using the guns, and you can tell that as the time go by, everything get better. And then the breathing device also is very important. I noticed that if I was not breathing constantly, it was like non-stop, but because Mr. Cash told me that from the symptom, he thought I was advanced. So, and I could tell the moment I could stop using my breathing device, suddenly I straight away I would have difficulties on breathing, and I had the problem, tightness in my throat. So by constant breathing on the breathing device, basically I had my breathing device as I was doing my guns, and then when I was applying my guns, I was not breathing. But then when I was doing the guns, so basically you're gonna be in a situation where if you're on your own, you're gonna be 24 hours doing this, and you don't have nothing else to think about. You just are on it. And then also was very important for me for example, I didn't have a bath, so I had to use cold towels to keep down the temperature, because you will notice you start to have this temperature coming up as well. But everything is quite fast, so that's why it's important you are on top. The moment what I had the situation where I thought was getting better, So I was kind of be more distracted by other things, and things would become back again. So it's much, much safer if you just stay on it. And the wet tower of plasma water of One Cup One Life, it really helped me to keep the temperature down, and it was really such a relief. But even when you put the tower, everything that's got the One Cup One Life you use with it just monitor you. So even when I put my tower, it makes me understand. So at the beginning, a lot of pain on the chest, on the back, a lot of pain on my organs. But as I was applying, because the tower I have to do it every hour for half an hour. So when I was doing that, I could tell the relief, the pain goes away. You just can tell. No, it's a sensation that no one can kind of describe. You just know that what you do is good. And I knew straight away that Mr. Kesh was saving my life. So I was so grateful. And he really monitored me. So it was the support. So definitely I want to give this support to others, because if you are up with it, you can do it. It's not that difficult, but you have to be ready. That's why I think now I understood why the KSSI stress to get ready, get prepared, because just in case, and then you have your just in case, because if it happen, you don't have time to do anything else. So with the tower, I start to feel relief, and then I had to do the protocol where you said for emergency, where I have to mix the guns, 1 cup, 1 life, little bit with the water. Because I didn't have a bath, I washed myself. So at the beginning was the whole body, and I could tell it's like you put in cold water into a fire. It's like such a relief, and then so you put the water, you wash yourself, and you have this relief of like I said, putting the water on something that's super hot. And then you have another type of pain, the one of the fields, that is not a bad pain. It's a pain that you know is for monitor. So with that, if you're improving, so that always come less and less and less. This for 1 day, non-stop. And this was for the virus. And my wound was hot, was every time I washed, I really could feel this interaction of the field going on. And I can tell the more I was following the protocol, the more the pain was reduced, the heat was reduced, and your body feels, I was happy. The strange things, as you're doing it, you are happy. You're so happy because it feels good. Maybe it's the fields of the zinc, but definitely your emotional level is high. So you have this happiness going through, and you know in your heart that you are safe, and you know that you find a solution for something that many people seems to die for. And you can't understand that the people die just because of lack of knowledge, just because of that. Because if everyone had this knowledge, we will not have death. We will not have them, because it didn't take me much after just being full on 1 day. The next day, I felt very, very good. In the morning, I start to gain the protocol early in the morning. So I stop around 2 or 3, then wake up again around 5, because you want to keep at it, because you cannot even sleep. Because when you sleep, you still feel this burning sensation. You still feel this pain. So you want to carry on. So in the morning, I started again. I felt much better. I could see all my symptoms going. My body was not reacting as fast as Sunday. And by the afternoon, I start to interesting things. I start to forget to do the protocol, like I was not doing as as intense as I did in the morning or the day before. And I felt so fine. I thought, oh my God, I come through it. I can't believe it. So I was really like feeling good. Diminish the protocol, get more distracted from other things, you know, not being centered with myself. And then the next day, I start to have again fever, again some symptom. So I could tell the things were coming back. But the strange things was not the same pain as the pain I had the day number one. And Mr. Cash told me, if you got fever for a second time, it's very important to know if you have a fever the first time or the second time. I said, I think the second time, because he didn't even have a thermometer with me, but before I was boiling like a fire. So you know when you have fever. So the second time, this is the second time. No? And he said to me, okay, now you're getting rid of the virus, but now you have to dealing with the bacterial. So I couldn't go to buy the antibiotic to get rid of it. So I start with the CUO like he prescribed. So I add to my protocol that I'm already doing, I add the CUO because I could tell that I start to have a different type of pain, but it was not over. So I start to get on it. And I spend, so it was Tuesday, all Tuesday, again, 13 hours on it, non-stop. And if you're on your own, you have to do a lot of stuff, and you have to be on it. Like you go no minutes to do anything else. And that's why, again, you had to be prepared just in case. And I start to feel different type of pain. I start to use the CUO, like Mr. Cash explained, with the little bit of guns in a small bottle, and I start to wash from the belly down with the CUO. Big relief, even that one. So you just get addictive to it because you feel the benefit of it. You know that you're doing something good for you, and you know that you're gonna go through it. So and so then I start to drink also little bit of plasma water of the CUO, and even that one straight relief when you drink it. And I went. This was then Tuesday. Then Wednesday I felt again super good. Like I felt, oh my God, I'm cured. I thought it's true. 3 days only, and you can go through it. 3 days, and I felt like a new person. Like my tongue was completely, the colors changed. You see your body will start to have, like my tongue was super yellow with plaques. You see, you swollen, you have some whites. You see when you have something that it's not right in you. And on yesterday, I felt like a brand new person. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it was that easy in one way. It was that easy in one way because it's hard. But if you think, if you got everything you need and you're at it, it's easier than you think. So in one way, I thought this is crazy that people dying when they can just do this and everyone will be fine. And today, yesterday afternoon, I was I had to do some stuff to go to help somebody else. So I was very distracted, but I was completely normal. I felt really okay. And now today, I'm keeping the protocol just to make sure that I rid of everything, because you feel good, but the moment you stop, maybe you will start to have some heat or some little pain again. So, but one thing's for sure, I understood the importance of the spray. So the spray I had to do constantly, and that for me was a wake-up call, because through the spray, it's like a test. You can use it as prevention. It doesn't cost you anything, but you can also use it on your body. If you think you have it, you just you spray yourself and you see this interaction of feelings, as I said. So I'm gonna continue again. I'm still busy, not busy as before, but I'm continuous. But when you are at it, is 24-hour job non-stop. So that's why I really, for me, the only one reason why I wanted to say this is that you have to be prepared. You have to prepare everything already to go. And if you are not on your own, you have to prepare enough for everyone. So you have to, it doesn't matter if you're fine, just prepare it in your, we are, like Mr. Cash said, we are stuck in the house. We don't do anything anyway. This is the best time to just prepare the guns. And then maybe nothing will happen. And you're happy anyway, but you could teach to others how to make them. And like Mr. Cash said, if each one of us teach to others, then you have a ripple effect. We call like exponential growth in a good way. If each one of us teach to like Mr. Cash said, in 10 people, we got super exponential growth. We can cover the population in no time. So why not to do it? And we take off the overload of the hospital. I understood, for example, what happened to me. I found people who maybe are not interested. I just leave them now because it's true, you don't have time to convince anyone. But what I like is now that I learned that you had to learn to not to worry, because this works. And it works very easy than you think, but you have to be prepared and at it. That's why the preparation is so important. And then you try to, enjoy your life. Don't panic and talk about nice things. But you have to understand that you have to still get information. So no point you pretend that this doesn't happen. You can have the information without getting stressed. Know that you got solution in your hand and get prepared, because sometimes maybe people, when they're not well, they will call you if they're not ready at the time, and because they want to follow their own path. And it's good. I think everyone should follow their own path, but it's nice to have something ready just in case. So this is my suggestion to everyone. So I really thanks from the bottom of my heart, Mr. Cash and all the society. And I just cannot believe that there are so many people dying unnecessarily, because this is very easy protocol to practice. When you, at the beginning, you feel like, oh my God, I cannot do this, too many things to think, too many things to do. But after half day, you do it over and over and over and over and over and over. It's actually become easy because you get organized as you're doing it. So I recommend also to any knowledge seekers, because this is not the problem I had. I was not settled. I was not settled from the very beginning. Like Mr. Cash said, I prepared my guns at the last minute, and I was not settled when I was doing it. So this just creates you more confusion. But if you find a place where you are, every place where you are is the right one. Don't worry about anything. Wherever you are is the right one. You just stay there, because anyway, we cannot go out anywhere. You just stay there and just prepare your stuff. I urge, every nation to really get organized in groups, really get organized with who's got the material, who's got the guns, who's got already the, we have to help each other just in case. Don't worry who leave behind who doesn't believe right now, because anyway they will call you and you have to be ready to support them. So this is my suggestion. So I cannot tell how thank you, Mr. Cash. Really, you really saved my life, and I'm so, I owe you, I owe you one. So
now you understand why you were making the bed last time.